Is this some kind of good pressure?
It is. This one is good pressure. At least the president said that he's now provoked. So let's see. But again, he's provoked.
But some, if you go through the papers, they say, and even our Twitter page there, they say that's not the first time they've heard that. So it's almost like deja vu. You get to hear something like this, something happens, and you hear that kind of statement. So how can we then say, truly, we've been provoked to the extent that we can put a stop to all of this, if not a reduction?
Now, to put a stop to this, we need some engagement. We need to engage stakeholders. And don't forget, no terrorist or terrorism organization survives without a sponsor. There are sponsors there. And what you could do, they can decide, look, go a bottom-up approach or go top-down approach. Now, the top-down is get the sponsors, deal with them decisively, cut off the source of their supplies, equipment, money, and all that. And you see them running helter-skelter. Now, you find that even the Al-Qaeda thing, after the death of Osama bin Laden, has in a way, you know, but the major thing they have to do is to kill the idea behind the Al-Qaeda. The same way, even after destroying or managing Boko Haram issue, government need to kill the idea. What is the source of the idea? How did it come up? And we need to be proactive.
You know, Dr. Nweze, now you just talked about sponsors. It reminds us of the law which is in place on how you can transfer funds, how you can bring all of this to the knowledge of the authorities in charge. Do you think that still works? Because if you talk about the huge sums of money that people use in procuring such arms and ammunition and even to make bombs, how do they get those funds in and out of the country?
It's easy. I mean, different ways. You know, you can change it. You can go carry your Ghana must go off the border, Niger, because we have porous borders. You know, it's not the formal. You know, it doesn't come in through the CBN and all that. And even then, different ways. Companies are represented. Businesses are being done, which you can use as conduit to channel these funds in the guise of importing one item or the other. There are different ways you can do that. So it's not a problem. So, but you find that, yes, once the money stops flowing, and it's very challenging. But the thing is that get the culprit. Otherwise, the other way around is to begin to deal with the people that are actually at the bottom, who actually carry out those things. Begin to reorientate them and let them see that, hey, all those things, you know, it doesn't, maybe tomorrow it could be your family members.
You know, the guys at the foreign affairs and all the affiliates may have a good idea of what's going on out there and how they're handling it. But in terms of them trying to communicate that to the people, are they doing the right things? Because even if they have all the best of ideas, how are they supposed to carry Nigerians along and say, well, we're actually doing this in our own interest? On the short term, it may seem no, but in the long run, yes.
I think both interagency, let me put it this way also, that interagency communication is lacking. And that's why you see customs acting a different way, immigration acting a different way, the police acting a different way, and all that. For you to communicate that, there has to be interagency communication, effective communication between the agencies, and then Nigerian public. And like the former American president said, that when you tell the people the truth, this nation is safe. The leadership should tell Nigerians the truth. And because the situation now is critical.
Yeah, but is there any government that tells its people the truth? They always find a way to pad it and put it out there.
I'll put it that way, that in such a way that, yes, at times you have to come out and tell the people the truth. Look, we have a huge challenge.
Okay, to that extent. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a huge challenge here. And we need everybody's support. Because security matter is not, should not be, it's very critical. We should not leave it to the hands of the law enforcement agencies. And these people, again, do they have the capacity? Do they understand? Are they trained? Do they have the requisite skill, the modern way of investigating or gathering information, intelligence information? Do they have it?
Would you say that the business community has been assured in how the government has handled this particular scenario?
No. They're not, the business community, they're just there. There's tension everywhere. Businesses can't take decisions, long-term decisions. They can't plan for long-term. It's a short-term thing. Let us just survive on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, just like that, until we see things improve. And don't forget, Nigeria's government involvement in business in Nigeria is quite heavy.
Yeah.
It's quite heavy. So no matter what happens, government must find a way of, In
fact, in all the sectors.
In all the sectors.
Sports, it's everywhere.
Everywhere. Everybody looks up to government. Okay? So you find as long as government involvement in business, in the economy, is still 70%, 75%, as the case may be.
But why is that? Is it because the organized private sector has not really stepped up to be counted?
No, because, it goes to the point, why do government get involved in business? One, because initially, Nigeria as a developing nation did not have the capital. Individuals, entrepreneurs did not have the kind of capital to set up some businesses. Government comes in and says, okay, look, let us do this. And then, secondly, government feels that it's only government that will be able to redistribute wealth to the citizens. That private individuals are greedy, they will not be able to redistribute wealth the way it should be. So they come in to be able to invest in government and business so that they can everybody is sure of doing that. So you find that government again is involved in that, and they have been finding it difficult to divest from business because of some of those things. It was when Obasanjo came in 1999 that he said, look, my government, we're going to be involved in this market-led economy, but he overexposed Nigeria, allowing every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come in and invest in every sector, which is not good.
Oh, I thought they said he was trying to democratize access to capital.
No. The thing is this: there are some sectors of the economy that foreigners should not be allowed to get into.
Okay.
U.S. as exposed as it is, as open as it is still a closed economy. Britain is still a closed economy. It's only countries like Singapore and all that a bit open economy. Because again, you have to protect local industries. And because of that, that's why you find our businesses going out, and then more is cheaper for them to import than to manufacture.
Is that why the cost of doing business in Nigeria seems to be going down on the list?
In fact, Nigeria is 137. Tomorrow it might be. Okay? And the major thing at India in 1991 was in that situation. India was the worst place to do business. But what they did was to improve the ease of doing business, and then open up the vessel. And they reached out to Indians in diaspora. And I feel that when we reach out to Indians in Nigerians in diaspora, we could also help us to do this. Rather than, and I keep saying that Nigeria's economy should not be overexposed such that not every sector, should foreign investors invest in. There are some sectors that should be left to the hands of Nigerians for security reasons. So, because if you understand, like John Perkins said in his book, The Confession of the Economic Hitman, and the role of the multinationals in different nations, with the American government and with the British government, and the role they play, because they cannot go and colonize countries right now. They have to do that through other means.
Do Nigerians trust Nigerians enough to be able to do that?
That is the thing.
I mean, because look at how the privatization process has gone and the revelations we're hearing from BPE and all of that. I mean, when you look at something like that, something as basic as the privatization process.
It's terrible, because I watched the House committee asking the former BPE, Julius Bala, simple question. So, were you out of your mind when you signed this document about Alaja and to the Indians? Because it does not make sense. And it's unfortunate that Nigerians don't trust Nigerians. We rather trust Indians. I don't know why.
Well,
and we need to sort that out.
But the business community also needs to step up. Because
then, of
some
course.
of them think it's an anathema to get involved in politics.
Oh yeah, it's
the
worst thing that can happen. And I mean, business should get involved. Businesses cannot thrive without politics, and politics need business. So because they need to, well, it's only in Nigeria that you win elections without creating jobs, and it's not a campaign issue, you know. So it's important, and I need to stress this. Businesses should be interested in who becomes the president of this country. Businesses should be interested in who becomes the minister. Otherwise, if you elect somebody that is not business friendly, he will kill business. They need to, our leaders, most leaders don't understand what business, you know, what business is.
So should everyone actually?
Everyone.
Really?